Welcome to Magic the Gathering, where colors are personality types, mana is therapy, and your deck says more about you than your therapist ever will. Today we're diving into all 5 colors, and the colorless abomination that crawled out of the void just to ruin your fun. Let's break them down, roast them up, and figure out which one makes the biggest problem at the table, and which one will fit you. We're starting with white, aka lawful good but make it unbearable. Basically, they're an HOA agent with wings. White is your paladin friend who uses their turn to say, "Actually, the rules say you can't do that." They love order and balance and everyone having a fair chance, unless you're ahead, in which case they will wrath of God your dreams into dust. Now for the strengths of white, we have board wipes like Oprah gives out cards. As a Magic player, you will learn to fear the white player saying, "I tap 6" or "I cast farewell." And speaking of farewell, white exiles creatures faster than a bouncer at a golf club. Path to exile and source to plowshares are the most common and can very quickly ruin your friendship. Tokens, life gain, and an unhealthy obsession with taxes are white's MO. White also gets abilities like lifelink, vigilance, and doubling tokens until the board looks like a furry convention. Most common creature types for white are angels for the righteousness, soldiers and other humans because fight eldritch horrors than Jason from Idaho, and for some reason cats. Weaknesses? Ramp? What the f*** is ramp? White's ability to ramp is second worst in the game, only behind mono blue. You'll be staring at 3 to 4 mana while your opponents throw out Crater Hoof and Ulamog. Card draw? If the stars align and you're losing, you may get to draw 1 card. White has very few ways to draw cards, which is a problem when other decks like black can run discard, and blue is drawing so many cards that Yugimoto would be jealous. Their iconic legendaries are Elspeth, who is basically Joan of Arc with wings, and a resplendent return clause, who is now a token doubler. And Elish Norn, White's inner Karen, manifested as a nightmare cathedral with tentacle arms. She doesn't negotiate, she compliance checks you into hell. Ah yes, blue. The color of intellect, manipulation, being so smart it forgets to interact with reality. This is the color that doesn't play magic, it gaslights it. While everyone else is trying to have fun swinging cardboard dragons at each other, Blue is sitting in the corner shuffling his deck the 11th time, adjusting his glasses and whispering, actually. Blue's strengths are counterspells, which is the magical equivalent of swatting cards out of someone's hand while shouting, "No fun allowed!" Usually these can stop whatever your opponent is doing, but if you do it too often, there will be a target on your back. Card draw. No one draws more cardboard. Blue draws so many cards it has a restraining order from the library. They have so many different ways that Yugimoto is jealous. Control. Not just of the game, of you. Of your choices, your hopes, your dreams. You get things like Rhystic Study, or bouncing permanents back to the hand. But you lack a lot of the destroy and exile enchantments of black-white or the straight-up damage of red. Stealing things, creatures, turns, win cons, your faith in humanity. Blue likes to steal permanents and keep them. That's why it's so much more expensive than red, which steals permanents, but it's temporary. Extra turns. Because nothing says interactive gameplay like a player taking 5 consecutive turns to fap to their own genius. However, excluding 1 spell from the Power 9, these are usually really expensive. Weaknesses. Creatures have the presence of wet, soggy tissue paper. They are usually 1/1s, 2/2s, tiny, the exceptions being Krakens, but they have their own weakness of needing a buttload of mana, or other things. Direct damage. Please, that's red's dirty job. Blue would rather write a dissertation on why your creature shouldn't exist. The exception to this is again the Krakens, but they have their own weaknesses. For example, there are ones that require 8 or 9 counters to be taken off before they can summon the card. They need 13 lands, 6 counterspells, and a signed permission slip from Teferi to do anything. Like outside of Urza and a few others, blue is the worst color to ramp. Alternatively, again, the Krakens, to get around having big stats, are usually a lot of mana and very hard to get out. But you can run things like artifacts that are very cheap. And then it dies to aggro like it forgot creatures existed. Probably because it did. It was probably too busy counterspelling everyone's commanders to remember to play a creature this turn. Blue is basically Yu-Gi-Oh! With all the hand traps and stun, but mana-gated. And the signature psychopaths of this color are Jace, the blue-hoodied, sometimes furry, who scries, draws, auto-counters, mills, and exiles your entire deck on his way to Rainforest. The most common mono-blue planeswalker, by far. Jin-Jitaxias, the blue balls of Phyrexia. He makes sure you don't get to play, read, or breathe. He does shit like making your hand size 0, or auto-countering, or copying your spells. Urza, aka what if Tony Stark was an emotionally unavailable war criminal with infinite mana and an ego bigger than Nico Bolas's forehead? He usually champions artifact decks. Playing as blue is like playing chess with that kid who thinks they're better than you because they went to private school. It's not a fun experience. They're the kind of people who spend 30 minutes setting up an infinite combo only to smugly say, well, it's technically not infinite because I can stop whatever I want. Play blue if you want to feel superior. You want to turn magic into a doctoral thesis. You want to take your opponent's cards, or you're a Reddit mod who thinks you're smarter than everyone else. You're not here to make friends, you're here to revise the concept of fun. Welcome to red, the color of fire, rage, passion, and whatever the hell just happened, we'll figure it out later.
Fine.
And also, losing if the game goes past turn 5. Red players, no plan. Red player, go fast. Play mini card. They don't really build a deck, they light powder kegs and then ride the explosion straight to victory or to the AR. Red doesn't care at all about the long game. All that matters is me make dragon, throw lightning, or make mini capo now. It's your life total minus 12 on turn 3 to Goblin Moonwalking through the ashes, or limply casting a 3 damage card on Ulamog out of spite. Red's strengths are aggro, because red likes to turn creatures sideways so fast the entire table develops windburn. They like to hit fast and hard while everyone else is ramping and setting up. They like to do direct damage because why talk it out when you can incinerate someone's face? Speed. Red's like a raccoon in a cocaine factory. They are always moving and probably armed. Basically, they're the barbarians in D&D whose every answer to every question is me swing axe. Go, boom. They like chaos, random effects like dice rolls in a casino, and then they just call that strategy. Their other thing is treasure ramp. They don't have ramp in the traditional sense like green or colorless. So what they like to do is make treasure tokens that, like everything else in red, are temporary while everyone else gets permanent. There's a reason so many pirates are in red. They have some weaknesses, like they burn hot and they die fast, like a firework made of paper and daddy issues. You are in top deck hell. I hope you like whatever the hell you started with, because that is what you're stuck with. The best card draw in red is card neutral. They have almost no recursion at all. Once it's dead, it's dead. Unless it has haste and trauma, then it'll immediately die again. They have no answers. Their answers are burn it, or burn self, make burn harder. They have almost no true removal for creatures, relying entirely on burn damage. Which is a problem when white has indestructible, black wants their stuff to die, green is throwing out 8/8s, and colorless is dropping Eldrazi Titans. The legends of this burning pit include Chandra Alar, the human equivalent of a Molotov cocktail with relationship issues. You ever seen a planeswalker that does nothing but light stuff on fire but somehow still ends up in half the story arcs? That's her. Krenko, a goblin bastard who just spams 1/1s and probably smells like molded cheese ass. His players can't read or count past 4. Basically, Krenko make, mini gobble, Krenko good. Urabrask, the Phyrexian who no one remembers. What can I say about the ADHD Furnace? He exists, I guess. Red players are the ones who cast Blasphemous Act, kill the whole board, and then still lose to the buffed up squirrel they forgot existed 5 turns ago. They play Magic the way toddlers play tag, screaming, laughing, bleeding, and no idea what the rules are. Play red if you think the stack is for cowards, planning is a blue scam, and you want to feel something every turn, preferably victory, but explosions are fine too. And also if you have trouble reading. Red really doesn't win gracefully, dies gloriously, or kills you in under 10 minutes and runs away with the loot. Behold green, the color of nature, beasts, and punching the blue player in the face with the power of the earth itself. Green is what happens when you take Mother Nature, inject her with creatine, and hand her a mana dork. It's not subtle, it's not polite, it's yay, big stumpies go brr. Green's philosophy is, why counter spells when you can make counters and make Big Stompy do more Big Stompy? Their strengths are things like having big creatures. Everything in green is either a threat or a tree that will become a threat. Green loves adding counters to things to make even a 1/1 tree into damn Yggdrasil with biceps. Ramp? Why wait till turn 6 when you can be at 10 mana by lunch? Ramp into big stompy dinos and beasts is green's entire MO. Trample, because blocking should hurt. If you're playing a greenie, you'll be run over by dinos, beasts, trees, whatever, like a steroid stampede. Anti-artifact and enchantment tools are very common. You got any problems, blow them up with vines. Green probably has the most removal for non-creature permanents in the game. They have ridiculous synergy with lands. Yes, the actual ground is trying to kill you now. And you will hate the word landfall when playing a greenie. I played 10 lands off Reshape the Earth. Landfall triggers is a nightmare phrase. Their weaknesses are things like having very limited creature interaction. Green doesn't kill your creatures, it makes bigger ones and assumes that's your problem now. There are fight spells, but that's usually not good enough, and aggro strats that go wide destroy green stompies since they lack board wipes. There are no stack tricks. You want to play reactive, green laughs at you in tree speed. Any counterspell is heavily limited, so if anyone has a bigger stompy, it just goes bad. It relies on a board presence, more so than any other color. Rats turn green from unstoppable force to sad dirt farmer real quick. Green's motto is, why cast 3 spells when 1 10-10 with haste solves every issue, including your taxes? The alphas in this color with more counters than brain cells are Derek Wildspeaker, nature's gym teacher. He's out here summoning beasts, breaking necks, and refusing to wear a shirt even in cold climates. Also seems about as smart as you'd expect for a man living in the woods with an axe to be. Vorinclex, the Phyrexian equivalent of a bulldozer with anger issues. He doubles your counters, breaks your opponent's toys, and probably chews glass recreationally. Alternatively, he can also give you double mana for your lands and stun your opponent's lands, because that's fair. Green doesn't care about your blue counter spells, your white life gain, your black edict, or your red burn. Green is already inside the house, holding a 2020 dinosaur and asking where your planeswalker is. Play green if you think Menadorps are friends, card draw should come with teeth, and subtleties for flavors of tea, not combat phases. Welcome to black, the color of ambition, sacrifice, and doing whatever it takes to win, while yelling at your mom to get out of your room.
Get the fuck out of my room, I'm playing Minecraft!
Black doesn't play fair. They would stab their own grandma for mana. It doesn't want peace, it wants power. And will dig through corpses, bankrupted morals, and 3 graveyards to get it. Philosophy? Their philosophy is everyone dies, might as well profit. Their strengths are things like removal, they have spot, mass, hand, soul. Black removes everything, including your will to live. Graveyard recursion. In black, dead is just another zone to exploit. They pull things out of the grave like they're playing goddamn Yu-Gi-Oh! Tutors? Need a combo? Black's already holding the receipt. They have sacrifice outlets out the ass, and their friends are just fuel with a pulse. Life drain. You lose one, they gain one. You will hear this so many times. But their weaknesses are things like reliance on life as a resource. They can very easily deplete their own life and accidentally lose the game. At 5 life and a full board, you're either winning or you're sneezing yourself into the Shadow Realm. Enchantment removal? Nope, deal with it. There is nothing you can do. They are also very vulnerable to grave hate. If someone nukes your yard, it's just you and the edgy top decking now. Casting something like Grafdigger's Cage makes these people hate you for eternity. Crew Pug? Black casts Exsanguinate and wonders why you're still talking. Their motto is, I'll pay anything, especially if someone else dies for it. The legends of these Hot Topic kids are Liliana Vess, the goth girl who brought back necromancy like it was a vinyl. She raises the dead, raises your board, and probably judges your fashion choices. Usually she focuses on recursion and sacrifice. Soren Markov, a brooding vampire dad who talks about balance while solving every problem with dramatic murder and emotional regret. May also be seen in white-black, but he can also be in mono-black. Usually his abilities are focusing on life drain and vampires. Sheldred, mommy necro legs. Either she's draining your life, reanimating your friends, or telling you your dreams are dead, because she stole them. She will make your friends hate you. Black is the corner of the color pie where morals go to get pawned. It doesn't care about justice, it cares about value. You think your combo is clever? Black had it in their hand 3 turns ago, killed you with it, and is now wearing its corpse like a statement piece. Play back if black do not power at any cost. Laughter and board wipes and think ethical deck building is for blue mages and cowards. Now we arrive at Colorless, my favorite color. The part of Magic where the rules are more like suggestions. Physics is optional and the mana base costs more than your rent. Colorless isn't a color, it's the absence of giving a f***. No morals, no philosophy, no loyalty to the color pie. Just raw alien power. Imagine building your deck in a vacuum with nothing but Vibe, Betrayal, and 12 power Eldrazi. Their philosophy? I exiled everything you own in Summon Cthulhu. That's all you need. Their strengths are things like massive threats. Eldrazi don't enter the battlefield, they arrive like a damn boss fight. A couple of them start as 12-12 and 13-13 without buffs, and even some of the Titans can start at 8-8s and with ridiculous cast triggers. Annihilator, the signature ability of the Eldrazi, which lets you, when you attack, defending players sacrifices X. You don't even have to hit them, you just make them sacrifice their stuff, because f*** you. Artifacts? Synergy? They're a strand of gears that hates you and spawns enough mana to get Ugin out turn 2 or 3. They're very hard to interact with. Pro tip, protection from X is short for good luck, idiot. Now their weaknesses. They have very limited flexibility. There's no easy removal, card draw, or life gain unless you bolt on the right middle limb. They're very dependent on artifacts and mana rocks. You are not casting an Eldrazi without several mana rocks. Or Lady cheated out. You cannot play politics either, because no one trusts the player with the floating spaghetti god. You hit 7 mana and you are the target the second Ugin touches that field. Our motto is, we were never supposed to be here, but now your board is gone and my deck costs $900. The legends of this cosmic horror are Ulamog,
The infinite gay.
the hunger that walks, a 10/10 who eats permanents like chips and gives no explanation, also exiles either permanents or half your deck. Imrakul, the original cosmic horror on steroids. She shows up uninvited, rearranges your brain like IKEA furniture, and leaves you questioning your own existence. If Nightmares had a mascot, this would be her. She can give extra turns, control your turn, or just take all your shit, and is almost immune to every kind of removal. Eldrazi Titans and Dremel are HP Lovecraft's fever dream with better stats. You don't beat them, you survive until they get bored. Ugin, the wise, silent dragon who speaks in riddles and blows stuff up with colorless magic. He's like your grumpy grandpa who's seen too much and isn't afraid to smite your whole board because you said his name wrong. Ugin doesn't destroy things, he removes them from existence, so you're indestructible. Colorless is like watching The Matrix, except you're the glitch, and the Eldrazi are Keanu Reeves with 12 heads. They don't care about your color identity, they don't care about your combo, they care about reducing you to atoms in the most expensive, horrifying way possible. Play it if you have lots of money and want to summon Eldritch Horrors. Also, they have cast triggers, which means your counter spell. So those are the colors of Magic. I hope you guys enjoyed my first non-form video, and I love you all. I'm thinking about doing the guilds too, so don't worry, they'll be coming too.